Good evening. Oh, I think I had put the volume way down. I was inside a movie theater. Welcome to Vlogmas day number 9. I am walking on Balboa Avenue and I am heading home. You know, I was on the computer all morning. I had different things to do to catch up on. And then I had to go to the bank. I think I explained to you how that works on a monthly basis, that you have to go to this bank, make a couple of withdrawals. And I usually have to do that a couple of times a month, and sometimes more than twice. This time I had to do it 3 times. Hola. And so I did that, and then I was at the multi-plaza. Oh, I get to show you the lights tonight. Oh, that's interesting. I am walking home after I left the mall. Well, at the mall, after banking, I decided to go to the movies. They were playing Zootopia, and you know, I love those little Disney movies. A lot of times I enjoy those more than regular adult movies. Adult movies, just to me, are pretty boring nowadays. It's either violence or sci-fi, and I'm not interested. So I went and watched Zootopia, and yes, I had popcorn. Listen, I don't go to the movies a lot, and when I do, I have popcorn. YOLO, remember, you only live once. All right, guys, let me flick the camera because you need to see this. This is what I'm looking at here. This is a really busy road, so I need to get to the crosswalk so I can be safe in crossing, because let me tell you, I don't want to die because I'm stupid. So after I left Multi-Plaza, you know, I traveled by bus. I took the bus, and then I stopped at Megapolis. That is a very busy stop. And no, I stopped at the next one, and then I walked to Foodies. Foodies is, see, they're supposed to stop and let us pass. Gracias. Yes, that's how you cross the road here in Panama. When they see you, you make eye contact, and then sometimes they look at the traffic. This is a big old building. This is, yes, beautiful. Now, so I walked to Foodies because I was looking for some sweet potatoes that look like our sweet potatoes. And I know when I had the party, I was able to find them at that place. So that's why I went back. All right, got to take my chance here. Right here, okay. All right. So we are entering. So I got to Foodies, and Foodies is about, I want to say maybe 2 miles from my home. And I decided to just walk. Okay, let's go down this way. Just walk home. And you know, I just decided to do this. This Parque Uraca is usually very well decorated with the lights, even though, and then this is a dog park, you guys. So if you ever come to Panama, you see this little dog in there? If you have a dog, you do want to be, well, you don't have to, but I think it makes it easy for you to have a dedicated dog park, right? So this little park here, the first year I was here, I want to say 2023. Oh my God, it was a sight. People would be coming and the traffic was crazy. People coming from all over the city just to see the lights. And then last year, the new mayor said, oh, we don't have money for all these lights. Because apparently the lights were costing a lot of electricity, or were using electricity. And then, like any city, they were passing some of the costs onto the residents, and they were not having it. So the mayor was like, if you want to water, if you want to have lights, then you have to let businesses sponsor. All right. So I already hear the shaved ice, which is something that is so Panama. So yeah, I don't think it's as pretty or as extraordinary as the first one, as the first year. But we do have some. And the whole street, the whole road is covered in lights. And then this is what we call Bay of Vista. You see all the buildings. You have the park. You have the Cinta Costera, where you walk, which is like a Malecon. And then you have all sorts of shops, coffee shops, restaurants. So, I mean, that's what I like living here. We were in the van, and we have two sisters who live in Costa del Este. She said, I know what you say about Costa del Este, but we have a designated lake. You don't have that. I'm like, well, we have the Cinta Costera. She's like, well, I like where I am. I said, well, that's good, sis. I like where I am. You like where you are. We're good. Right? Yes, this is Bay of Vista. And you have lots of tall buildings. Right? And you have, it's a financial center also. Lots of banks and, yeah. So Balboa is a very famous, I wouldn't say famous, but important drag, you know, part of the city. And people, if you say Balboa, so if you're coming for a visit and somebody will say, Maggie, where do you recommend I stay? I would say Balboa, right? And then you have lots of buses. And look at that. It says City of Stars. That is so cool. I guess that's the new designation for Panama City. City of Stars. And then you're gonna see Quesopa. Quesopa is a very Panamanian way from Colon of saying, what's up? Quesopa. So we are in Bay of Vista. Now I'm gonna go across the overpass because there is one area that was flooded. And where's the doggy? I am wearing sandals, so I can't get my feet into the water. So I'm gonna cross the overpass and then I'm gonna cross back because I'm on the side. My building is on the side, on this side. But okay, they have a place for the kids to play. Hey, listen, this is Panama. We're all about the soft life, all right? The kids, the adults, la comida, la música. So you're always gonna have chorizos grilled. You're gonna have shaved ice, which we call raspao, and you know, with the sugary sugary syrup. Oh my God. And of course, if you are from Cologne, you know, they put that condensed milk and the milk powder. Whew. I think I've had it twice and I said, this is my this is my life. I will not do that again. So I am looking at walking as an exercise. Just today I did do the workout this morning at 8. You know, we really don't have a lot of people participating. I did that to inspire my members, but we used to have like 2 or 3 regular ones. Now we have only Miss Deborah, but Deborah is getting her physical therapy, which I thoroughly encourage. All right, we're gonna go over this overpass so I can get to the other side and I'll get my toes wet. I don't want to do that. Now, is Balboa cost effective for someone on a fixed income? Well, it depends on how much your fixed income is, right? The apartments here in Balboa, they go between, I mean, if you're looking for a 1-bedroom, which I think those are more rare, but I guess you can. But you know, Balboa is a very very long road, so you have sections of it, right? So you can have Paitilla, and then now we're in Bella Vista, and then towards the end where you are close to Mercado de Mariscos, the fish market, that's another stretch, and the prices vary based on where you are. Right here in Bella Vista, I think 1 to 2 bedroom, you're looking at maybe, you know, 13 to 1600. And then now the owners, because remember, those apartments are owned by individuals, they are not negotiating down. I used to tell people, everything is negotiable here in Panama. Well, things are changing. I know I talked about gentrification on one of the videos. It's 1 bedroom, but I have a 2-bedroom, so I can't really speak intelligently about 1 bedroom, but definitely might be like $200 less. For what I have, you're talking between $1,500, $1,800 a month for a 2-bedroom. Now, that includes your water. It does not include electricity, and it does not include, you know, your cable and stuff like that. Because if you rent in the interior, outside of the city, sometime, there's no standard. Sometime the owner would say, okay, we'll include that in there, right? Especially if they see that you're an older person and they don't think you're going to be using a lot. Now, I'm telling you, my electric bill used to be between 100 and 120, and I bought 1 fan, and I'm using the fan a lot. I just paid my bill today. It was $26.27, $26. So you can control your electricity, because like right now, see, I have this that I wore inside the theater, and it's nice and balmy. I can still keep that. In the morning, you first wake up, whoo, the sun is hot, it's hot. So, and you have a balcony, you can open the windows. Somebody tells me, oh, don't open the window because of mold. I don't know, I open my windows. And then your cable, usually it's between $40 and $50 a month. And you pay for water. Your cell phone, $20 to $30 a month. And food, of course. Food, it depends on what you eat. I don't eat meat. I go to the fish market yesterday. Let's see how much I spent. I bought the red snapper was about 10 something. I bought the tuna, was $3.50, and then I bought the steak. It was, I think it was $9. But I can eat that for 2 to 3 weeks, right? And then after that, it's just regular stuff, lots of beans and veggies. Um, I don't like lettuce, so I'm talking about greens like Swiss chard and spinach. I love squash. I don't eat potatoes, but I just got some sweet potato because I want to do my dish on Sunday. And I don't want to go to the store on Sunday because we're gonna start walking. And the sister said 6:15 in the morning. I was like, ouch, whoo, that's early. That's early for me. But anyway, so that's the story. But you can find an apartment for about 900, 950, not in this area. You're not going to find that price in Balboa, I can tell you that, okay? Costa del Este is even more expensive than here. But Bay of Vista, kind of in the middle. San Francisco and Bay of Vista are about the same. San Francisco, some of the apartments, you have an ocean view. I have an ocean view. And of course, you're paying for that. And I thought about moving, but just the idea of packing and starting over. And plus, I like this area. I do. And then my landlord did not raise my rent. This is 2 times I'm renewing, and she doesn't say anything. Because last year, I'm like, okay, let me know. Are you going to increase it? She's like, no, you pay your rent on time. I don't have any reason to do that. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I want to live near the locals with the beautiful color building apartments to rent. Well, you live around the local everywhere you go. We have locals in our building. If you're looking for like the home setting, like a Panamanian home, those pretty much you're gonna find outside of the city, like Arahan, La Chorrera, David, those places. But then again, they are not like Western style home. So all the rooms have borders, and the kitchen is small, the bathroom small, closets, because only the modern apartments, like my apartment has wide hallways. What that would be good for somebody with a disability. We have good elevators, but the bathroom is not suited to somebody with a disability who can just walk in, because there is a bump. So you got to look at all that, and depending on what your condition is. And then people like Costa del Este because they have wide sidewalk, and the sidewalks are nice and comfy. Now here in Panama, this road here, if you cross the what do we call that, overpass, and you come close to the water, yes, it's very flat. But 1 block over, gotta watch where you're going, sis, because you might fall into a ditch. Or they have these metal things that just stick up off the ground like this. And I can't tell you how many times I've bumped and missed. I haven't fallen yet, thank God, but it's very easy to do. And that's something people tell you all the time about Panama, that those sidewalks are treacherous, okay? Now, if you go outside the city, you're probably going to deal with dirt road and other things, okay? But, $500 a month apartments or little homes, but they are not city standards. And then they don't have all this stuff that we have here. So it's a choice. If based on your budget, you can't afford to live on this side, you don't have to. You don't have to. But people think San Francisco is cheap. It's not, okay? Well, this sister who's been here 2 months, and she's been working with real estate agent, but the real estate agents are so busy now because there were some people passing me. They were so busy with so many Americans, Canadians, people coming in. They just don't have time to do the hand holding the way they used to do. Things have changed, I'm telling you, in 2 years. Mucho. The price of the apartment is up. The real estate agents don't want to spend time showing you 10 different apartments, and then you're like, no. They don't have time for that. And the owners are like, I'm listing this apartment and I want it booked in 2 weeks. And trust me, when you say, oh, 1,600, would you consider 1,400? They're like, well, there are 3 people who are willing to pay 1,600. That's what you're finding now. Okay, inventory, time, and low inventory, and the owners and agents not willing to spend time looking. So this sister has been here 2 months, and she looked at different apartments with the real estate agent. And some people have more than one agent. This girl just got here last week. She said she had more than one agent. And this other one, she went to see an apartment outside of the city. And I was like, be careful, you know? You don't have a car. You have to look at transportation. And she's younger, granted, but have you checked into the hospital setting, your doctor, and all that situation that you, my audience, should be concerned with. Your doctors, accessibility, being able to just walk out of your building and go to the store and get food and stuff. That's important. It's not just about the coins. It's not just about the money. You have to be smart. There was a sister who had a stroke recently, but she wasn't in the city. So you got to take an Uber for like $10, $15 to go to her. And there's no hospital where she was. They had to transport her. And I'm like, you know what? I tell you guys, I tell you this stuff so many times that if you decide to just not listen and make your decision to say, oh, I want to live by the beach, well, that's your decision, sis. I cannot do anything about it, you know? But because that is a choice you make when you come here. David is not bad because they have 2 really nice hospitals there. But David is like 7 hours from the city driving. And the closest city is Boquete, and then Volcan, a little bit further. So, but they do have an expat community there. Nuevo Gorgona is a beach community. They have some expats there. I don't believe the prices are that much different, but if you want the beach, you have the beach. But you have to drive, I think, 30 minutes over to Coronado to go to the clinic. It's not even a hospital, it's a clinic. So decisions, okay? So be careful that, excuse me, that you make informed decisions. All right, let's keep looking at this pretty view here. Aww. Oh, look at that. I'm on the overpass, giving you a 360. I don't know. I'm just so in love with this place. I am. And it's Friday night. The weather's good. So they're going to be out here till about 11, enjoying life. That's what we do here in Panama. It's not about work. You know, I like it when people say, I want to live near the locals. Like I say, local people are everywhere. So you have to define for yourself what you mean by that. But if you move to like a town outside of David, for example, right? You may have neighbors, but they may not speak any English. The further you go inside the interior, the less likely you're going to find people who speak English. In the city, a lot of young people, and they're learning English because they see the benefit of being bilingual. The old folks, you know, I worked with them when I was a nurse. They would have been in the U.S. for 25 years. And they say, Señora, no entiendo como nadie habla en español. And I'm like, where are you, mama? You are in the U.S. It's up to you to learn Spanish. And they're like, nope. All right, so when you are over the overpass, this overpass used to trip me before. When I first got here, OMG, I was so scared. I don't like height. Look at that. It's on my way to my house. But I had a really hard time walking this, seeing the cars down. Oh my gosh, that used to stress me so much. I used to walk, counting my steps until I got down. But I'm doing so much better. Thank God. It is so beautiful. And then it's like, let's see. Oh my God. How many lanes do we have? Okay, on each side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lanes on each side. So that's a 14-lane road with the overpass in the middle. Yes. So why would I be indoors on a night like this? I want to walk. Je reconnais cet endroit. Oui, c'est très bien. Vous avez été ici? Did you come here? Were you here in Panama? And then in the middle, we have sporty stuff. People play pickleball. They play tennis. They have soccer, basketball. Yes. And then in some areas, the indigenous people do their dances. Ah, yes. And it's all free. And then we also have outdoor gym where people who don't live in a building like ours go and so they're putting a net, so they're gonna play volleyball down here. Yep. And we have running clubs, all kinds of things. Listen, you guys, when I tell you I love Panama, I was thinking that even before I started talking to you. I said, I like everything about this place. Seriously. But you know, I was at the fish market yesterday, and I think maybe because I was filming, this guy was, what's the word I would say? He was cutting a fresh tuna. I forgot what the word is. Oh, look at this cutie. Oh. See? La familia. Everybody's out. I see. So now, this overpass, I think I have to get on another one to get to the other side. But that's okay. I'm not counting steps. All right, the dogs are out for a walk, and the shaved ice cart is here. Yep, you get your steps in. See? So now if I wanted to walk across, oh, I think I probably could walk across. Let's see. That would be a risk. Yeah, let's not do that. Let me include going up and down the overpass as part of my workout. All right, so I'm gonna get on another overpass. Yes, there are spots on this road where you have to go over 2 of them. Oh, got that belly. We don't want that in our picture. Oh my God. I got this 74-year-old guy who was showing us how to squat, the low squat. And he goes all the way down and say, the power is in your legs. Hola. Oh, thank you. How are you?
I'm from Charlotte.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. All right. You're looking good, sis. Gracias. All right. See, I meet people all the time. You know, I'll be getting off the metro, and I'll hear somebody point and says, "You too, you too." I'm like, "Hi." Oh, but now they know my name, and so that's a good thing, right? At least nobody's looking for me that I know of. Here we go. Switch again. More buildings. Whew. Yes. Yep. So you don't want to be indoors on a day like today. Yep. Coming. Oh, here we go. Yep. Okay. Well, you know, in my building, I meet a lot of French Canadians here. And I know they have lots of South Africans here, English-speaking Canadian, French-speaking Canadians. Of course, lots of Spanish folks because of the history. So a lot of Spanish people come here, they buy apartments, building for business purposes, and then they rent them out, and they have property managers. Yep. Lots of people from Colombia. Colombia used to be part of Panama, or the other way around. They separated in 1903, and that's what we celebrate on November 3rd. Separation from Colombia, and then independence from Spain, 1821, I believe. So Panama is a jewel. Lots of people from Venezuela también here. I met a lady yesterday. She said, I'm from Nicaragua. Nicaraguenses. You know, they say estadounidense. That's how they say you from the United States. Estadounidense. Canadiense. Nicaraguense. But they say Panameño. Yeah. Go figure that one out. All right. City of Stars over there. Rush to do anything in between that time, you know. I need more rest and recovery. I realize that. And oh goodness, it's gonna start getting dark. So now I am on the Cinta Costera, and I'm probably gonna have to shut this off because it's gonna start getting really dark over here. When I was on the overpass, there was a lot of light. So this is where we walk. You see how the path is wide and very comfy. So if somebody had a walker or a electric scooter, yes, you can get along this path very easily. But then at either end, somebody would have to come get you. Like you can catch your Uber on either side. And if you are able to get in and out of a car, you should be okay. And even if you are paralyzed from the waist down, if you've been trained to transfer, you know, like with a board, you'll be able to do it. But you want to have someone with you. This is not something you want to be doing on your own. And the Uber drivers are not going to, who's a little doggy, not going to help you with that, right? Now see, the dog is not on a leash. This is something that bothers me because I have seen a loose dog go after a little white dog, like a Maltese, and take a bite out of it. So I'm always upset when I see, you know, they feel comfortable. Do you know one day, one of the dogs just took off on that big old street, and the owner was running after it. And I'm like, okay, here's another one. Yep, loose free. I mean, you should do that at the dog park, not over here. But hey, I'm a I'm a visitor. What do I know? And then I was like, I don't think there's a Morgan and Morgan here to help you get some cash. So I do not know. And this is the path of lovers. You see a lot of people walking hand in hand. Sometimes they sit on one of the little benches and they're smooching. You know, yesterday, oh my God, Tuesday, when we were coming back, we passed a place, I think they call, I don't know what it will call exactly, but the concept is here in Panama. They have those motel type of dwellings where it's contactless, meaning when you book online and they give you a code, there's a gate, you go in, you put your code in and your credit card, everything is, you know, touchless, and you go under, kind of like an underground, and they have apartments that are non-descriptive. I don't know what the word is, but this is where people go. I don't want to say they hook up, but they call them push something, where people go to have a quickie. And it's not just, you know, prostitutes or people who are just there to have a good time. Sometimes it's young people who live with their parents, but they are either engaged or married, and then they feel like there is not enough privacy. So they would go inside one of those, take care of business, and then come out. But they say you don't see anybody, nobody checks you in, you check yourself in. And I remember when my friend Sonia and I, when we went to David, we were going to Bocas del Toro, other places, we passed several buildings like that. And I don't know if it's, I think I saw the same concept in Mexico, but it's not. Oh boy, I hope the YouTube police doesn't get me. That's not my music, it's this person's music. Okay, so this is yacht club, I believe. People who have boats go in there. Is this it? The marina? Yeah. But of course, you know, that's big business here. So remember when I went to Causeway and I was showing you all the boats? Yes, of course, you know, we have water all around us. So that is something that is very popular and a very nice pastime here in Panama. Boating, fishing. I don't like water that much. I don't swim very well. I don't want to get caught in a bad storm. Nope, no me gusta. But I love the fish. Bring the fish, I'll cook it. All right, guys. But anyway, I thought that little bit of information was interesting about the push buildings, I guess we could call it. Push it real good. And we were just teasing a driver. We're like, have you ever used a push whatever? And he started to crack it, and he's like, oh, okay, all right. We just had so much fun with him. We're like, have you ever been to a push building? You know, most people do that. And I think I was watching a documentary that they do that in Mexico también. Oh my God. So this is, let's see, I have a little bit to go to get to my place. Of course, I'm not going to show exactly where my place is for safety reason, but I am in this general area. And so I am so happy that I decided to to take a walk. There's no sense just staying home. Now, I have a lot of things I need to do, but all right. And then you see the indigenous people selling all their stuff, so you can get headbands, jewelry, hats, and that is something that they do artisanal, they call it, the artisans. And I have a bag from an artisan. I have a headband. What else do I have? Oh, I buy a couple of those, I don't know what you call those. We put them in our hair, or they put them in their hair on, as a, for folkloric events. Yes. Yep. Oh, yeah. So lots of things for the kids to snack on. Not much variety in what they offer. Now, further along here on this path, they may have some people serving some Mexican food like tacos, and then you may see some hamburgers. They also love hot dogs because they just love those Franks. And I'm like, no, no bueno. But yeah, they eat a lot of that. And we are over the water here. Yes. And then this is the other end of the Malecon. Yes. Whew. So I know on December 18, the Avatar is going to come to Panama. Like today, I saw Zootopia, but totally in Spanish. And that's what I do to make sure I keep up, make sure I could understand, I could follow. Yes, not a problem. Eso me gusta. Yes, I do that. And I encourage my students. I say, go sit in a theater and listen and see if you can decipher something, right? You don't have to understand, oh, I'm almost there. One of those is my building. And, you know, I said, you got to see. You don't need to understand every single word, but do you get the gist of the story? And this is where the hearing and comprehension comes in. You don't need to understand every single word. There were some words they used I did not know, but I know what the story was about, and that's what you need to do. Deposita tu basura aquí. That's a trash receptacle. Nice. Oh, electric. You got a light on it. Okay. We're moving on up here. See. And then at the end of this path, if you were to go like towards the left where you see the lights, that is Casco Viejo, the old city. And the Mercado de Mariscos, the fish market, is at the end of the path here, and then you turn left to go to Casco. All right. You know, I remember when I was in Chile, in Santiago, late 90s, that was one thing that struck me. That at night, late at night, people would be in the streets of when I was in Santiago, in the city. They'll be in the streets with their kids holding their hands, sitting in their uniforms. And I'm like, when do they go home? Churros. That was a lifestyle. That people don't rush to go home. They stroll, they pick up something to eat, they go to the park with the kids, and they sit around and talk to each other. And this is what we don't have from the West. We're so scheduled, Everything is scheduled. We never get a chance, even if we're going to, even to enjoy ourselves. We schedule that. Oh my God. You know, it's just like you think people schedule time to have sex. How romantic is that? No bueno. All right, this is the Christmas tree. We had a big ceremony over a week ago for the lighting of el encendido del árbol de Navidad. Yep, and we did it in our building as well. Christmas tree lighting. And in Spanish, there is no possessive. And that is a concept I'm trying to get the student to understand. So if you're going to say the Christmas tree, you have to say the tree of Christmas. You have to flip it. I know, it is for to understand. And they say, my friend's sister, you have to say the sister of my friend. And that trips them up. Oh my goodness, yes. All right, now, there is something here we call the Panama sign. If you're trying to get some direction, they say, yeah, right across from the Panama sign. Oh, good, mommy, gracias. And the Panama, the Panama sign. So everybody gets their picture taken over here. And you see we have more lights. People just strolling, enjoying the weather. I'm right across from my from my building now. I have to get to the other overpass so I can get home. I think we're gonna go that way. Yes. So today is Friday. Like this weekend, this place is mobbed. Now this Sunday is our Christmas parade. And I'm sitting here thinking, am I gonna chance it? Because Sunday, we do our cooking. It's gonna be very short because I think I'm gonna do my tuna confit, poached tuna. And instead of putting it in a niçoise salad, I bought the sweet potatoes. We're gonna do a mash, sweet potato mash. And I had also bought some Brussels sprouts. So that's what we're gonna do because, as I said, I won't have time to go to the store and I don't want to be rushing here and there. No. No bueno. I need to relax. All right, more lights heading to across from where I live. And you know, one sister sent us a list of where we can see lights. So people can just, you know, based on where you live, just go see the lights. You know how we used to do in the US, where you just got in the car and then you go see the lights, different neighborhoods. I used to do that. I don't know if you did, but you know, people sit around enjoying their dogs. Yes, I see. Look at this. Looks like an ornament, right? The other day they had the Grinch taking pictures here. I wonder if he's still in there. And he was showing people his Yappy account. The Yappy is where? Oh no, he's not here today. Ooh. The lights. Okay. I'm gonna show you my bus stop, which is across from my building. Yep. I always cross the overpass, and this is my bus stop. Oh, the bus even has lights, boy. Okay. Wow. Que bonito. All right. And it's a big one. And we have different routes, different buses come here. But you see this busy street. So I'm going to cross to the other side, and then there is a traffic light that I have to push the button for the light to change. But I like that accessibility. You know, I went to the terminal today and I scanned my card. I had $3 in one and $8 in one. Another one. I have 2 Metro cards. And then I give her 20. And I told the lady, there's a way the lady can do it for you. Or if you have exact change, you can do un recarga. I mean recharge. Well, you don't say recharge, you say what? You add on more money. So that's what I do. I said, $10 on each. I don't want to ever get to a point where I run out of money on my card. So whenever it gets to 5, I charge it up. And isn't that what I used to do with my car? I get to quarter tank and I would fill it up because I don't ever want to get in the situation where I ran out of gas. So I'm on another overpass to get over to the other side, to get over to my house. So the whole length of Balboa Avenue is lights, 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 lights. Now the other park, Parque Omar, they have lights too. I have not gone to see it because it's so out of where I live. But I need to check it out so I can show you more lights. I remember the first year I was here, I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. Oh, we have lights over there too. We do. You know, it's just that when you love a place, you find a lot of things that are good. Let's see. It does look like a giant ornament. Oh, yeah. Yes. I mean, the bus stop had lights. That's interesting. Yes. So I've had some pictures on top of this here. Sometimes when I'm really tired and I get up here, I'm kind of winded. But right now, I'm not walking fast, and it's a very comfortable walk, which I love. So now, I don't have to feel guilty, but I did have popcorn. Oh my goodness. But listen, my thing is, YOLO, you only live once. I'm gonna have the popcorn. Yes. And you know, I don't like height. I'm still a little weird when I get close. like on my balcony, you should see me trying to wipe the balustrade. I have my booty out and I stretch my arms because I don't want to get so close to the edge. On the 30th floor, what if I miss and slip? I mean, I'm not afraid of dying, but that would be painful. Whew. No bueno. No bueno. Yes. Woo. More lights. Wow. Oh, look at that star there. Oh, I don't think you can see it. And the other side. Aki. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I think I've kept you long enough. If there is anything you guys want me to address tomorrow, I'm just asking you all to like whatever I publish, whether it's a live, whether it's a cooking, like it. People tell me, oh, we enjoy watching you cook. When I'm like, are you a subscriber? Did you like the video? Because that's what helps the algorithm. My videos have not been getting a lot of views. And you know, I'm not stressing over it. I don't stress over things that I can control. But if you enjoy somebody's content, understand that that's what works with YouTube. It's like sharing, commenting on a video, then the algorithm, whoever he is, Mr. Algorithm, they tell me it will pick that video and suggest it to more people. And that's how you increase your views. And also, do you know how people make money on YouTube? Some people who have like millions of followers, it's whenever the ads play. While, you know, between the videos, when they stop and show an ad, you make money based on how long somebody watches the ads. If they see the ad, like most people, like I do sometimes, and say, oh, you bother me, and you sign off, you don't get any money. And the money you're getting with each second or minute, I'm talking cents. So let's think about, you might make $4 with 1,000 views, but it depends on how long the view is. If somebody clicks on your video and then they're like, that's boring, not interested, and they click off after 30 seconds, that's not good. That's not good. That's why one of the sisters said, oh, I didn't know that. So now I just turn your video on and then I go and I'm doing other things. Yes, the longer you watch the video, the better it is for us. So from what I see, YouTube is not something that at this stage that I can count on because it's too sporadic. You know, you might make $300 a month, and another month you may make $400 a month, and it all depends on the views and how long they watch. Okay, so I am almost home. I am going to push the button here. I'm across the street. Yes, I know. And then I push this button here and wait for the light to change. So across the street, you're gonna be turned green, and I cross up, there we go, almost. And then I'm gonna get home. All right, guys, so do your sister a favor, watch the videos, click, like, share it, subscribe. Oh, I'm not taking a chance on crossing before the light changes. People get killed here in Panama City, and I'm not ready to be roadkill. All right, so just watch, like, share, subscribe. I said I wanted to get to 20K by the end of the month, but without like a viral video, that's not gonna work. Because what happened when I had the viral video, you know, my video that I called the dark side of being an older expat, I have no idea why that video resonated with someone. That's what I'm saying. I think this Mr. Algorithm, he's messing with us. This other lady had been struggling for like years. She was like close to 5K. She said she woke up one morning, she was at 7. She did one video, and you know, so it's such a gamble, and I don't have time to play around. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I've given you so much information. If something is new, I will address it, but otherwise it's gonna be like vlogging my life in Panama and sharing with you like I'm doing now. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I enjoyed chatting with you. You know I love you. God loves you. Au revoir. Good night. Somebody said, what do you say at the end? Is it like a prayer? No. Au revoir means bye. Gracias, you see? He stopped to let me pass. And I say thank you every time they do that, which is kind. But don't assume when you're crossing the road in Panama City that you have the right of way. You heard me say that. You do not. Okay? All right, bye. Au revoir mean bye-bye. À la prochaine. It's a French word to say until next time. It's a French term. À la prochaine. Till next time. All right? Bye. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. Yes.